Don't you just love it when you shoot a video, you go, you edit it, you get ready to export it, and then one of the files just randomly goes missing? Apologies on seeing two different shirts in this video because one of my files just poof, gone. But this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every single weekend. And recently I've been here on Liberty of the Seas. I think I'm on 5 or 6 weekends consecutively now. And so I wanted to give you a full walking ship tour with hopefully a lot of tips and tricks on what you can expect on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. Now this ship is gonna look a little bit dated, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna call all those things out. You can look at it and see if it looks dated or modern to you. But don't let that hold you back from coming to Liberty of the Seas. I will say that it is still a cruise vacation. It is still a wonderful getaway. But if you have other ships that you can look at and consider, I might consider doing that. So why don't we go and jump into a full walking ship tour of Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. So as you can see behind me, we have the on-air studio. This is one of the areas that are not actually on the more amplified ships that I'm finding I really enjoy. I'm not gonna go too far in here because they've got the music playing right now and I couldn't figure out how to turn it down. So you've got your bar over here, you're gonna have karaoke, a really, really good time in here when it comes to enjoying those karaoke movies. They're also gonna be playing a movie in here for the kiddos about 11 o'clock this morning, I think. So it's also a really good movie venue as well. Studio B is all the way down there. They've got those doors currently closed, so we're not gonna walk into there. But that is where you're going to go for the ice skating show. On this ship, make sure you're getting there about 30 minutes early. It's a weekend sailing, so it's going quick. If you're taking it when she goes farther north, might not be that big of a deal, but you wanna sit at the seats directly in front of the studio box. Here we're gonna have where they've put in Park West Art Gallery. So if you're looking to buy art on the ship or that's something that appeals to you, just make sure that you're doing some research on Park West, what you're buying, and know what you are getting. And I'd say check out their reputation and what other people have said. We're gonna come into the Rembrandt dining room. So this is one of the main dining rooms here on Liberty of the Seas. This is gonna be the My Time folks. So here's your guy for My Time Dining. As soon as you get on board, come make a reservation. He would greatly appreciate that. Makes his job much easier. Though I will say that most people don't, and then they all show up after 8 o'clock. And it is quite the line to a traditional dining. Just if you're coming on any cruise, especially these short ones, consider doing traditional over My Time. You may thank me later. And I love the elegance of the main dining room on Liberty of the Seas. This is just beautiful. Up top, you see the round section here. Get my finger in the right spot. That is where your captain's table is going to be. So if you are doing a chef's tasting, something of that, you'll do it up there. It is a wonderful time. They've got a pianist that will come out and play every now and again. You see that there is a nice grand piano up there. But this room is beautiful, plenty of seating. The other 2 decks are going to be where your traditional dining are at. My Time is reserved for deck 3. Coming back out, I'm going to take the stairs a few times on this. And with that, I'll show you the menu real quick. So this is Italian night. So this is the quote unquote new menu, as you may have heard some people refer to. We've had it for a while. I don't mind it. I think that it makes a lot of sense. You've got the Rembrandt is where we just were. Most of the dining rooms here, actually all 3 of the dining room floors are named after, are they artists or are they Renaissance guys? Botticelli and Michelangelo are your other 2 that they're gonna be named after. So we're gonna come up here to deck 4 now. We were just on deck 3 aft, by the way. So this is now gonna be deck 4. You're gonna see the Michelangelo dining room. This is the traditional dining room here. Again, beautiful view. If you've not been on a Royal Caribbean ship before, I would say come and look at these beautiful crystal ship models they've got in the middle. It is a great way to just kind of get a visualization of where everything is at. Because there's a lot on a ship. So you want to make sure that you're not going to be missing that. Coming around here, we're going to have Boleros. That is the bar over there on the left. But if you come over here, you'll actually see that there's a lot of seating as well. So Boleros does go across both sides of this space here. They often have, actually they all the time have, really good Latin music that's playing over there. So this is a very popular dance floor. So if you're looking for some Latin flair, this is gonna be your space here in Boleros. One place that they still have a massive presence is the Focus Photo Gallery. So when you come into here, this is where all of your touchscreens are gonna be, where you can order pictures, see what's available to you On other ships where they've remodeled, this has become a Playmakers. So it is, you know, I think that this could be a smaller space. I do enjoy my Playmakers, so I kind of miss that. But it is still not a bad space, and the photo team here is pretty awesome. And coming here, we've got Casino Royale. So I do not video in Casino Royale. They don't like live videoing. It is actually open today in Coco Cay. So if you are coming and you're going to Coco Cay, the casino will be open for you. But I'm going to pop back out on the other side. I'll be wearing another shirt because that is the legacy video that I was just talking about that I hopefully will still be able to use. All right, so we're popping out the other side of the casino now. That was the casino that I just walked through. Not many people in there. It is open at Coco Cay if you're interested in that though. But here is your schooner bar. So they're setting up service for tonight. It is a really nice bar. If you like a live pianist, somebody who's going to sing along and knows thousands of songs in their head, or maybe they're using an iPad these days, this is where you're going to come to listen to them. Beautiful natural lighting here during the day, which everybody's at Coco Cay, which is why you're not going to see many people on this tour. But I love this section back here in the back. It's kind of hidden away, tucked away, and so you can kind of get away from things. Or one of the seats over here by the window are my absolute favorite ones. If you are coming and sitting over here on the side, as I was saying before the captain came on, it's going to be really crowded. So you're not going to have a lot of walkway. Like when the show's let out in the theater, which I'm getting ready to show you, they're going to come through here, and it's going to be crowded. Now, interestingly, the entrance, main entrance to the theater, the Platinum Theater, is down below on deck 3. Deck 3 does not connect, so you cannot go on deck 3 from the Platinum Theater to Studio B. Studio B is in the middle of the ship blocking that. So you do have to cut through, like I just did, through the casino, or go up to deck 5 and then come down. Oh, and I'm about to miss Sabor. So this is not on a lot of ships these days. I think this is the only Freedom class that they have Sabor. It is a nice restaurant. I don't think I've actually even been to this one. Oh, it is unlocked. Let's go in. Ooh. So you can see this is the Sabor restaurant. It's got some music playing. Actually, I have been in here, but not for a while. But it is a good Mexican cuisine. It used to be a la carte. I'll take a look at the menu over here and see if that is still the case. Turning around, let's see. It is not a la carte anymore. It is going to be a single price when you come into Sabor. You're going to have your forward elevator banks. Always more elevators up at the front, but the forward elevators normally don't stay that busy. So you can see your crystal block here again. You can go outside, so that connects to the other entrance that I just showed you. But what I want to do is I'm going to sneak into the theater, pending they're not practicing in there, and I'm going to show you what the theater looks like. Sounds like somebody may be practicing, so I'm going to be hushed.
Space, the final frontier. Houston, baby. We have searched the solar system to find the most celestial bodies for our universal disco dance contest. Test. Yeah, baby. But before we see our final contestants, this is Captain Monty, commanding all you earthly chicks to rev your engines and heat up the floor.
All right, looks like the orchestra was practicing is what that was. Getting ready probably for the headliner show tonight. So couldn't really get a great view. It is dark in there, admittedly. And I'm going to stick my head outside just to show you what the track here looks like. One thing that people don't know about is when the doors don't open, there's this little button here, traditionally always on the side. You're going to press it, and voila, your doors will open for you. So I'm not going to go too terribly far here. I will show you just the walking track that is here. You've got some good seats. As this is going to be on the port side, you are also going to have this be your smoking side of the ship. So if you need a cigarette break, this is where you're going to come to do that. If you want to walk up to the helipad, this is also where you're going to do that. So you can go right up those stairs to the helipad. We're not going to go there today. I'll leave that up to you if that's something you want to explore. I think you get some fantastic pictures when you come on board from that section, as long as it's not too windy. They will close it off if there's too much wind or too much rocking, because we don't want you all going overboard. That's what the drill actually was that the captain was just doing. It is an Oscar. So actually, I think Oscar's man overboard. On the starboard side, I think he said. clearly because that's where the water is right now, not on the port side. All right, so we're now up on deck 5. This is where you're going to have some muster stations. So if your muster station is one of these A's, that means you're going to be over here in the Star Lounge. Looks like they've got an event of some kind going on here, so I will quickly show you this. Visual trivia, couples. So that is a ship activity, it looks like. Few people showed up for it, but it is, you know, a Coca-Cola day, so most people are off the ship, which I kind of like because I like showing you all a ship that's kind of empty. Trust me, there are plenty of people, especially this is a spring break one, so there's plenty of folks on here that are under the age of 18 and definitely under the age of 21. You've got over here the old, I think it used to be the Aficionado, the Cigar Club. It was a library. Now they've converted this to the Pinnacle Club Lounge. Post-COVID, this is something that has come out. And so I'll quickly show you what this looks like. Oh, my apologies. Hi, I'm well. So this is what the Pinnacle Lounge looks like. Very nice spot, but not really used here on Liberty of the Seas, at least out of Port Everglades, because I think we've got 11 Pinnacles on this weekend sailing. We're not a lot of folks that come here. I always joke that, you know, Pinnacles don't want to get out of bed for anything under 7 nights, which I totally get. If I could do that, I would do that as well and always come on longer sailings. But I do right now love my weekend sailings. You all know that. So I'm always excited to be able to come on one of these. We're going to start here with some shopping. So that's all going to be on deck 5. Shopping on this ship, it's not bad. They've got actually a really decent selection. You're going to have your Sorrentos, your pizza, which always here on the weekend sailing gets a good crowd. And you're going to have your fashion boutique over here. Coming back over, if you want to talk to somebody about port shopping, this is their station. They're going to be based out of here. So they'll let you know where all the freebies are. They may give you a couple of gifts. So make sure you're checking with them. And you're going to have perfume and cosmetics. Over here is the Hoof and Claw. This is a really cool bar. If you are a beer drinker, this is where you're going to get more unique beers or more international beers. It's always a fun and lively space. You can pull up to the bar, which is where I normally go. They got some high tops there in the back. And they'll oftentimes have an acoustic guitar player, somebody like that singing along over here for everyone to hear, which is really nice. You're going to have vintages. So this is the wine bar. So if you want good wine, this is where you're going to want to come to. This space has always been a little awkward for cruise ships because it's dark, there's not much going on. This one seems to be pretty well lit, which I personally like. It's got a little bit of couches for you to sit on if you have a group. It's a good meeting spot. And unlike other vintages, it's got, you know, the old school wires here that you can see that kind of give you a little bit of separation between you and the hallway. The others, I feel like, are still trying to figure that out some. Over here, you're going to have your logo and souvenir shop. Now, I feel like they're getting some new products on board. So the people in here, by the way, are really nice. Shout out to my South Africans that work in the logo and souvenir shop. So if you want to buy something in there, they've got some great things. I collect the ship models, so it's always important for me to have those. And they are going to have the port merchant, or on this ship, it is called the general store, where you can get all that liquor for a really good price. I've got an old video there that I might want to update just to let you know what those prices are prior to coming on board. And you've got the gifts and jewelry that are going to be where your FE store is at. That's the big one they push in there. But if you want watches and all that kind of things, you can get that there. Our wonderful loyalty ambassador, Miss Ruby, is here. You've got Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Now, I just realized that youth get a 50% off discount if they have, I think it's diamond status. So that is really neat. I don't know why we don't get it. I'd love to have it. These are my folks over here. This is Cafe Promenade. They have taken extremely good care of me. So I am always glad to come and see their smiling faces, even if it's too early in the morning. They are taking very good care of me. You're gonna have the Cupcake Cupboard. I don't see many people in here most of the time. They do a couple of group classes if you wanna sign up for it, but honestly, I never really see a lot of things going on in there. And then you're gonna have the Get Out There store. This is where if you forgot to bring a bathing suit, a Caribbean shirt, you want a hat, you want a backpack, this is gonna be the spot where you're gonna come to find some of those things. And then over here, you've got the next cruise team. Doesn't do us on 3-night sailings a lot of good, honestly, because their benefits are gonna kick in with onboard credit at 4 nights or longer. So if you're going 4 nights longer on a next sailing, next cruise is gonna be an awesome place for you to go and book that to get a free little bit of onboard credit, maybe to even cover your gratuities. This is the R bar, or champagne bar as it's called in some spots. It'll have higher end drinks, cocktails, lots of martinis are served in here. My favorite spot is the corner back here. Once again, I, for whatever reason, like getting away, but if you're looking for a cool picture opportunity, that's gonna be right there in that space. On the other side, and I don't know that we need a full tour of this, but you have guest services over here. So if you have any issues that are going on, you're gonna come over to guest services to get that resolved. They can help with just about anything on the ship, even if it's not like truly hotel related. And then at the far end there, you're gonna see your short excursion team. So if you wanna book a short excursion, check on something, or maybe make a change, that's where you're gonna wanna go to. This is also one of the really cool views of the Royal Promenade here, where you can get some very good photos. The photo team will be here to kind of highlight these pictures for you and take the professional version. Spinning back around, you're gonna see that we now have the Botticelli dining room. So this is the one on deck 5. So I'm gonna pause the video now. I'm gonna jump up to deck 8, which is where the next thing starts. This is one of the cruises where they've got, or cruise ships where they have items on individual floors. Not gonna show you all the staterooms. If you wanna look at the staterooms, you can check out one of the room tours, but I'm gonna show you what's on deck 8, 9, and 10 in the hallway. All right, so we are back here on deck 8. This is where Miss Ruby that we just saw is going to sit. So the loyalty ambassador will sit here. You've got her hours of operation, as well as you've got the benefits, the new benefits to the Crown and Anchor Society. This is also your business center. So if you want to set up shop and work for a little bit, you got some pretty cool desks there that actually look comfortable. You're gonna have the ability to print any boarding passes or issues, tickets you may need for your next mode of transportation. Let's see if I can do this without giving out of breath now. I'll walk up to deck 9, show you more of the artwork here. Very random. Turning around, we can come up here to the library. So if you are wanting to read a book, this is going to be the place that you're going to come to. They've got a decent selection, not as big as some of the other ships that I've seen, but they've got a lot of books, and I'm always impressed by how many languages they have in those different books. But if you leave it in your room, if you bring a book, you can leave it in your room and they will add it to the collection. I think some of the books definitely come from guests who finish a book and no longer have use for it and want to leave it for the next person. And deck 10 does not have anything. For those of you that know, this used to be the old concierge lounge. And now it is the card room. So I've been in other ships very similar to this, where this was the old concierge club, or suite lounge as we call it now on a lot of ships. It was always an interior, couldn't see outside, but this is what you got. I mean, it was still a great time. This room used to be packed with people. It was so much fun. And then you got some cards over here you can pull out if you want to play those. Coming back over here, we're going to walk up to deck 11. And I am in the aft section of the ship as well. That's where all of these items are at. And this is where your food is going to be. So make it a little noisy. This is a spring break weekend sailing. So there's a lot of sleepyheads on this ship. I was hopeful by, I think it's 11:30 now, a lot of these folks will be off the ship, out of the video. But it doesn't always work that way. Washy washy, I only have one hand. I'm not eating though. We're just recording today. So coming through, you'll see that they've got the Jade and Windjammer. It's two different sides, depending on which one you go to. And coming in, you're gonna have your specialty restaurants. So you have Chops Grill on this side, and I'll show you Giovanni's when I come through to the other side. This is the steakhouse on board. The food in here is very good, always plenty of light during the day, and a great team. This is where, as a suite guest or Pinnacle member, you get to come for breakfast. So I see these people often in the evening. This is very elegant, very nice. There's a circular table back there in the back, the first one on the left, my favorite table there, or our group likes to sit here in the corner. We can get a little bit rowdy sometimes, so we'll push those tables together and we'll call it a night there. Coming back out to the buffet, you'll see that they are probably in between right now. They are getting set up. Now, the biggest issue on this ship is breakfast. It gets busy, you all. There are a lot of people that come up here for breakfast. And so if you're trying to get off the ship, especially Coco Cay or Nassau, and you're coming between, let's say, 8:30 and 10:30, you're gonna have a lot of people up here with you. Maybe tough getting tables. Both sides of this are gonna be the exact same. And I always encourage people to push to the back. You don't have to stop at the first set of food that you come through. That food is going to repeat throughout as you come through the ship. Have your beverages over here. So if you're curious what's included in a cruise, you're gonna have complimentary unsweet tea, lemonade. That is a strawberry kiwi water and regular water for you to choose from. I'll come back here to show you the amazing views. Actually, you might not be able to see it because of the sunlight of Coco Cay and the helium balloon that is out there. So all this looks a little closer. I'm just gonna walk quickly around this way so I can show you the other side. I know the ways around. It's kind of sad, but I know how to get around. Well, that one's still, maybe I don't know as good as I do. That one's blocked. So we'll come all this way, just so I don't have to move one of the ropes. Though yesterday they did close the actual doors on this side. Let's see if they did that or not. There you go. There's Coco Cay. And then you're gonna have NCL's private island over here. Though I don't see a ship there often at all, which is interesting. I come here on Saturdays and Sundays because the weekend cruise does change it up every now and again, but I haven't seen anything over there in a while. That's also my favorite spot to eat where we just walk through because it's kind of hidden, kind of out of the way. If I'm here by myself, I don't necessarily always want to feel like I'm part of the crowd. So I'll kind of squirrel away back there. Coming up here, you're gonna have a bar on your left. This is the Windjammer bar. If there's a line everywhere else, this place normally doesn't have one except between like 8:30 and 9:30 for breakfast. Or if you're coming in on embarkation day, it's definitely busy because everybody brings their suitcases up here to hang out. They have an espresso machine as well. So if you're looking for coffee first thing, you don't have to go to Cafe Promenade. You can actually get that right there. Giovanni's table is my personal favorite on this ship. I enjoy the Italian food here. It is a nice setup because they do construction and they keep it up. So glad to see that they're always improving the space. You're gonna have your kitchen right over here to the left, which is blocked off at this moment. But it is a really nice spot. Favorite place to sit in here, up against this wall, because you're gonna get plenty of views of the entire room. And if you're a people watcher like I am, you've got your back to the wall and this is gonna be your ideal spot. On embarkation day and breakfast days, you can also come in here. It's gonna be open. A lot of people don't know this. This is a pro tip. A lot of people don't know that that section stays open if you want to get out of the main dining room because they run out of seats here. They will allow you to go into Giovanni's to eat. You cannot do that in Chops though. But Giovanni's, when they don't have construction going on, of course, you can absolutely go in there and hang out. All right, let's walk outside and I'll show you what the pool looks like. So on this ship, they do have a large kids area. Hey guys, you've got a large kids area. You're probably gonna have some music playing. And over on the far side, you're gonna have Squeeze. So that is just a bar. You can get some fresh juices, things like that there. But you're really not gonna be able to do much more than probably decent bar and maybe some fresh juices. That's just not what this class of ship is known for. You need to go up to like a Oasis Cafe where they have a Vitality Spa and Vitality Cafe where you're gonna get served all those things. So Splash Away Bay is the name of the kids section here. You've got some hot tubs, and the kids love the hot tubs. And they do come with a lifeguard. Nobody's over there right now, but we've got the lifeguards at the waiting. And it's interesting, the more that I come on the weekend sailings, more and more people are starting to stay in the ship in Coco Cay. The most favorite spot on this ship is this lady's right here. So they are giving out the soft serve ice cream. They've got vanilla, chocolate, or swirl on here. So if you want that, make sure you're timing it where there's not a line, because it has been very popular on this spring break sailing. The kiddos love some good soft serve ice cream. And they've started showing movies as well. So if you hear that in the background, there is a movie going, which is better for this video because YouTube does not like music. But you've got 2 different pools. You've got 2 hot tubs on the other side, another one right there. And you're gonna have your Pinnacle and Suite stadium seating right there, in addition to 2 bars on the lower level and on the upper level. Surprised at how many people watching the video. If you need towels, this is gonna be your guy. He's gonna be the one who helps you out. And I actually like this little furniture they have here. You don't see this in all of the cruise ships with this kind of design to it, but it actually works out really good. You're gonna have the larger of the hot tubs over here, and this is the solarium. Hi there. I always point out this buffet here because you're never gonna see food on it. I don't think I've ever seen food on that in ages. But there's a nice little bar here as well. I don't see many people sitting on that one, but this is the more quiet pool. So if you come here, you're gonna have more shade, normally more calm music, and you're gonna have a nice little place to relax and enjoy. One place where you wanna make sure you watch your step, right here. These steps sneak up on you, and I've definitely seen people break their legs on these, which is not a pleasant sight. Coming back through, we are now in the forward section of the ship. We are going to show you the spa. So we're going to start with the gym down here. I'll do a quick walkthrough. I'll probably wind up making another video of the gym at some point. But for now, this will be just a really quick walkthrough, but I will come in and give you a deeper tour in another video. You've got some old spin bikes. You've got some of your equipment over here. You've got your plenty of machines. I mean, if you are a machine person, they have you taken care of. You're gonna have all sorts of machines in here. You're also gonna have free weights up to 80 pounds. There's an easy bar, and there is a Smith machine. So if you're somebody who prefers to do more strength training, weight-based training, they're gonna have that as well. And over here, you're gonna have the shower and sauna for both the women and for the men separated. They actually do have 2 of those. They have a dry and a wet. I personally don't normally go in there, but this is one of the few ships that, number one, still has them, hasn't been converted into a stateroom yet, and they're not charging for them. They are free. So if you come on this ship and you're somebody who likes the dry and the warm sauna, that's gonna be your go-to spot. Coming back up the stairs, here's some artwork for you to look at. Sorry about the glare that I get on the light. Luckily, there's a lot of glass on cruise ships, but it makes filming tough sometimes. Coming up here, you're gonna have the actual spa. So this is the Vitality Spa. I'm just gonna peek in just to show you what this looks like. You have a staircase down to the actual gym we just came from, but this is where all of your rooms are gonna be, here in Beauty. So if you need anything, this gym over here will be more than glad to hook you up. Coming back out, you do have staterooms on this floor. Hey, how are you? Good to see you again. You're everywhere. You're everywhere. I'm good. I am on 9th floor, 9-3. Yeah, so I've got Nessa. I do. I was down there with you in the ocean view. So that was my stateroom attendant from the ocean view balcony. So that video will probably be going live about the same time as this one. Ocean view panoramic suite, no balcony. So let's swirl around here, and I'm gonna go up to the stairs. So I'm currently on deck 12, heading to the forward section of deck 13. And that's just always really neat to me when stateroom attendants remember me. Great guy, enjoyed having him. I was only here for a weekend, right? And yet they have amazing memories where I can come back a year later and they still go, oh, Mr. Smith, or Brandon as I like to be called. It's really neat and endearing to have that happen. I like it a lot. I do not have that talent to remember names. Plenty of seating up here. This is probably my least favorite seating because I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of exhaust intake over here. So there's a lot of things making noise. If you want some random shade though, this is a decent spot. I've seen people come here because it's the only shady spot left sometimes. Putt-putt golf. So this is an 18 course. I do not have much experience on this one. It is different, interestingly enough, from the putt-putt on the other ship. So this is Liberty Dunes here. If you want to get a photo, that is a great spot to do it. And on the other side of us, you're going to have Independence of the Seas that you can check out. Very similar ship to this one, but Indy, interesting enough, is my second favorite ship. It has a lot of nice upgrades as well, very similar to Freedom. Freedom is my favorite. Indy, very close second to that. All right, so we're going to come up here, and I'm going to walk back down to deck 12. Again, I'm on deck 13 forward now. We're going to walk down to deck 12. Watch myself on these stairs. I don't want the video camera to go tumbling with me on it. And this is also going to be your walking and jogging track. People watching, one thing I love about Royal Caribbean, they put it where you're facing the pool. So we are up here, we are looking at everybody down below. You see the entrance to the pool. So it is very easy to walk into this one. You've got the bar stools over here on the left-hand side underneath the bridge. Oftentimes that's shaded as well. And it's a great place to store your drink while you hang out in the water. I'm gonna swing over here a little bit. You've got an area up here on the top with some furniture, some places. Interestingly, that used to be the topless section I hear. Haven't heard if that's confirmed or not, but that apparently used to be the topless section on cruise ships. You're gonna have a bar up here as well, the Sky Bar, because it's on one of the upper levels. And you're gonna have, again, some of that comfy seating that we saw over in the solarium. Continuing to walk. Looks like both us and Independence are showing movies right now. They've got a cute doggy going. And we've got a Marvel film going, it looks like. The movies here do keep changing. I mean, I come on the ship and I actually do sit down and watch some of these because I'm not on land during the weekend to watch movies. You all know that. But here, they keep me kind of interested. They're not always things that I'm into because they do cater to everybody on the ship. But if I can find one that I'm interested in and it's at a decent time, I'll go and watch it, especially if I can do it outside. I think that this is a great way to get a little bit of sun and see a movie. Back over here, you're gonna have the Liberty of the Seas side. Great photo opportunity if you wanna take a picture. And we're gonna walk up here in a little bit, but that is where you have your Viking Crown Lounge and the Olive and Twist, and your Suite and Diamond Lounge. So if you're up there, you can look down on everybody down here. Good people watching. And it's in the air conditioning and shade. I mean, how do you go wrong with that? But I'm gonna walk us all the way to the aft section of the ship. This is my least used section of the ship. This might be the first time I've walked back here, you all. Like, I'm not a sports deck person. Like, that is just not my personality. When you see me on a cruise ship, you're not gonna see me at the sports deck. I am not doing the FlowRider. I'm not doing the slides. I'm not doing the rock climbing wall. I'm too old for that. I don't come back here very often, but we're gonna walk back here now and I'll give you a quick tour of it. This is the kiddie section, which is currently closed. So I'll see if I can get a decent, nope, just a reflection. But they've got that all set up for the kiddos, the Adventure Ocean Club. So those are all on this level. You've got ping pong tables over here. You've got checkers. You've got all sorts of different games that you can play in this section. So if you're coming with kids, this is the section they're gonna hang out a lot. This is gonna be the go-to for the kids on where they're gonna wanna go to have fun. It's either gonna be the pool or it's gonna be back here on the sports deck. So we are on deck 12 right now. Most of the sport deck's activity are up on deck 13. But because I'm a little bit of a Royal Caribbean nerd, if you will, or a geek, I'm gonna quickly show you the Up, Up, and Away balloon. So this balloon is not the cheapest excursion that you can do at Perfect Day Coco Cay, but it means that it's gonna be a nice day. When you see that balloon up, it's not too breezy over there, which means it might also feel a little bit hot, but it is a beautiful day, a little bit overcast, See, they got some work that they're doing over on the right-hand side of Coco Cay. That's probably where the adults only section is gonna be going. So I'm curious to see what that's gonna look like. Up here on deck 13 aft, you're gonna hear some music, so hopefully that's not gonna create a problem and you'll still be able to hear me. But you're gonna have your FlowRider, some benches to sit, and this is where you're gonna have the entrance to your water slides, as well as your check-in. So you're gonna wanna make sure you're meeting all these requirements, in addition to getting your wristband. One thing about the FlowRider, it can have a line to it. There's only one on this ship. So if you wanna come here and enjoy yourself, enjoy FlowRider, make sure that you're probably getting the key. That's gonna give you a specific time that it is just those that bought the key that'll be able to come up here and use the FlowRider, so you'll have a better chance of honestly just not having to wait 45 minutes to get on it. Because sometimes they go really quick. If you fall once, they'll let you back up, but if you do it twice, you're kind of done. Got your rock climbing wall over here, as well as you got your basketball court. They do a lot of events and entertainment on the basketball court. And this is one of the slides. So this is one where your raft goes all the way up, maybe not to the very top, but then it's gonna come all the way back down. So it is boarded on the other side. You see your rafts here, but that probably would be a fun time. I might actually wind up doing that one day. But right now, I'm kind of good. Let's come this way. I'm gonna pull a little bit of a trickaroo. I'm gonna go in the back door of the suite lounge. So they have a beautiful patio that you can hang out on. If you have suite or pinnacle privileges, this would be a really fun spot. Diamond Club is on the other side, and they have a similar setup. Let's see if I can get in here. Yes, there's my latch. Nope, there we go. All right. Coming up, we're gonna have the actual suite lounge. And so I am now on deck 14. Deck 13 underneath the rock climbing wall does connect back into the cruise ship. There's nothing really over there though, so I figured I'd just come here and show you this. I enjoy these seats over here. Looking out over on the other ship or the water, it can be a little loud sometimes, given the exhaust that you hear in the background. But then you step in here and it is very nice and very refreshing. They're gonna have a lot of your food, your grab and go stuff over here. Right now it looks like we've got some cookies that I'm trying to stay away from. You've got your cappuccino machine, most people's favorite, espresso machine I should say. And this is where your concierge is gonna sit. Right now we have two wonderful concierges on board Liberty of the Seas, and they are fantastic. If you need to email them before you're coming, they are very responsive, and they do a fantastic job. As always, to get into these rooms, normally these doors are automatic. This one, interestingly, opens from the right-hand side. So I just came out the exit, but you're gonna stick your key card in here, and that's gonna allow you into the suite lounge. And then you're gonna exit through the other side over here. Coming back in, you're gonna have the olive and twist. And this is where the nightclub is. So they'll do a lot of parties up here. Private events also happen up here. Beautiful views and areas to sit at. My personal favorite is the glass table over here on the right. Let me walk over here just so the lighting gets more backlit so you can see the olive and twist bar here. These stools over here on the left or on the right, kind of my favorite. I enjoy hanging out here. It is always a good time. And then you're gonna have the diamond lounge over here. So let me grab my key card. I think I put it in an easy to find spot. Oh, I just went to get my key card and my hand's asleep from holding the camera. There we go. So we're gonna peek in here and show you what all the lounge has to offer. This is where your diamond concierge is gonna sit. Again, really great person. And coming over here, you're gonna be able to see what this looks like. I actually do like the blue. The chairs are a little dated, the look of them, or the design shape, but I like the blue a lot. You're still gonna have your coffee maker over here. You're gonna have your food that they put out, some water. This is where Wine and beer are going to be served, though you do still need to use your diamond and up vouchers. There used to be computers over here, but those have all moved to the actual business center now on deck 8. And then you've got the outdoor section here as well for the Diamond Lounge. And since I just showed you the other side, we're going to skip that. I'm going to see if I can get us up into the chapel. Now the chapel on a lot of ships, it is on deck 15 on the Freedom class. They've been converted into conference rooms or internal crew space only. So I went up here a little bit ago and there's actually a church service going on. So I'm hopeful there's been enough time that's gone by that that might be over, but that's going to be right up through here. All right, I'm tiptoeing around. Excuse me, I'm tiptoeing around the corner because I didn't know if they had a service going on and I did not want to impact their service. So you can see that it is set up as a chapel. Many ships do not have this anymore. It has been turned into some other kind of space. You've got some alcoves. You've got, I think that's probably a Bible there. If I had to see, yes, it is turned to the Psalms with a crucifix and beautiful lighting. I mean, this is called the Skylight Chapel. And so you can see why, because that skylight up there is just letting in such amazing natural light. It is a beautiful spot, but one that you rarely are going to find on cruise ships these days. All right, so that is a full ship tour of Liberty of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. I actually went through that pretty quick, so if I missed anything that you want to see, let me know. I've got a few more sailings here. Glad to get that information for you. Just let me know down in the comments. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend sailing soon.